Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Today we're going to be doing a taper fade, and then we're going to be cutting down the top. So first I have to start out by picking this hair out. As you can see, his hair is very thick and curly. So right here, to section off the hair from the top, I just use hair clips. And now I'm debulking up to the parietal ridge with the number 5 guard. The reason I'm using the number 5 guard is because I still want it to be some weight up by the parietal ridge. I don't want it to be too flat on the sides. This will just help ensure that the hair will flow properly once the top is laid down. So I'm just going to continue to do this around the entire head. So now I'm following up under that number 5 with the number 3 guard. And this will make the tapering process a lot easier. It will make it a lot easier to see my guidelines. So the reason I'm not going all the way up is because I'm going to come in between. So right here I have the number 4 guard, and I'm going in between that number 3 guard and that number 5 guard. So now that I've debulked on the sides, it's time for me to make my guidelines for the taper. So I'm going to do this at the temple and in the back of the head. Next, I have the number 2 guard going up under that number 3 guard. And I'm being careful not to go too high because I don't want to raise the fade up too high. Now I have the clipper with no guard on and the lever is fully open, making the guideline for the taper. So next, all I'm going to do, I'm going to fully close the lever and then gradually open it until I blend up to the top of that guideline. As you can see, there's a small space to blend in, so just be careful not to go up too high. I'm only using the right side of that blade. Really guys, tapering, it's the same steps as fading, except it's in a much smaller space. That's the only difference. Next, I have on the number 1 guard with the lever fully open. And the steps with this guard are going to be lever open, closed, and then halfway. Now you see me fully close it, and then I'm going to open it about halfway in just a second. Next, I'm going to follow up under that with a half guard, with the lever halfway open. And then I'm going to close it. Notice how I'm still using the corner of the blade. Now I have on the 1.5 guard, just going back and cleaning up under that number 2 guard. Now moving on to the back, I'm going to repeat the exact same steps. So see if you can follow along. I sped it up just a little bit because these are the same steps that you just did on the left side. So if this side is going too fast, then rewind to the other side and you should be able to follow along. But it's the same exact steps. By the way, if you're new to this channel and you're getting value out of this video, be sure to hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. So once again, the steps with this one guard, lever open, closed, and then halfway. And then I'm coming under that one guard with the half guard, and the lever is halfway open, and then I close it. And notice how I'm trying not to take this taper too high. So right here I have on the number 2 guard. I started with the lever open and then I closed it. So at this point I'm blending down. And then I come up under the number 2 guard with the 1.5 guard. And I know these steps may seem repetitive, but the reason I want to show you all the sides is that because if you follow the same steps, you will get consistent results. So right here, I just debulking with the number 3 guard, just a little bit more. So remember, start with the lever open, make your guideline, then fully close the lever and gradually open it until you get to the top of that guideline. And another thing, guys, you can do these steps in any order. It doesn't really matter the order that you do the steps, just as long as you do all of the steps. So whatever method works best for you, that's the method that you should follow. But I'm just gonna sit back and let you guys watch these steps come together. Next, we're going to move on to the lineup. Now, I'm not going to line the front just because he doesn't get his front lined up, especially the way that his hair grows. So he just lets it stays natural. And as you can see, I'm not using a lot of pressure. And the main thing is not to over exaggerate that arch. And I changed trimmers right here. I want you guys to comment below. One thing I've noticed, certain trimmers feel different in my hands. And that's why I usually switch trimmers for certain parts of the lineup, but let me know if you guys do that as well. I just feel like certain clippers and trimmers, they feel better when doing certain types of haircuts. So initially, by the way, this is my first time cutting his hair. I thought he wanted to leave it long, but he did want to cut some off top. But nevertheless, we just applied some water to the hair and then I'm going to cut it down. He wanted to take about half of that length off. So really guys, all I do, I just grab a section and then make a traveling guide and follow that guide all the way to the back of the head. Now you'll notice how I'm kind of slanting my guidelines just because his head rounds once it gets close to the parietal ridge. So you want to cut the hair in the way that it will fall. So that's why I'm kind of slanting my guideline. And then here I'm just doing a little bit of clipper over comb just to get everything to lay like I want it to. As you can see, his hair is very curly, so it just takes a little bit of manipulating. So actually he decided that he wanted to go a little bit lower. So simply what I did, I just took the number 8 guard. I didn't get all the footage, but I just ran through his hair with the number 8 guard just to smooth it down a little bit more. And then here I'm just applying a little holding pomade, nothing too heavy, just something with some medium hold. And see how his hair grows in the front? That's why he doesn't get it lined up. And here is the finished product, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all on the next video.